Do you find yourself shoulding yourself all the time? And yes, I said shoulding. And what I mean by that is when you say, oh, I should do this, or we're shoulding ourselves, or we're shoulding each other, we're shoulding all over. In this video, I'm going to explain the top 3 reasons why we should ourselves and some tips to help you out with this. Sit tight. Welcome back to another video. My name is Jen. Today we're going to talk about this thing that we do, myself included, very, very guilty, of shoulding ourselves. Do you ever say to yourself, I should be doing this, I should be doing that, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, right? We use the word should. It's probably one of the most used words in our vocabulary. Probably is, right? If you had a sticker for every time that you said should, you'd run out of stickers. So I'm going to explain 3 main reasons why you should yourselves and some tips to help you out when you do this. Okay, so number 1 reason why we should ourselves is it's become a bad habit. It's become a bad habit. And what it is, basically, when you say things like, I should be doing this, I should be exercising, I should be working, I should be, I don't know, eating more conscientiously, or I should not, right? We use should or should, we use the negative as well. I shouldn't be eating this, I shouldn't be doing that. Every time we use the word should, we're resisting what is. We're not accepting what is. So by us using this over and over again, we're just reinforcing this bad habit. We're reinforcing it in our brain. We're telling ourselves that we're not good enough. We are not accepting where we are. We're not okay with where we are. Really bad habit. Where does it usually stem from? Usually we're scared of something. It could be from a number of things, usually fear or discomfort. Okay, we don't want to go outside our comfort zone, but that's usually stems from fear, right? Number 2 reason, it's not really in line with us. What we should be doing are other people's goals and not our own goals for our core being. So a lot of times when we don't do things, because it's not in line with us. And we say, well, I'm lazy. Well, why? So you have to dig deep, okay, with why you really don't want to do something. Well, I'm lazy is not good enough to me. I want you to explore deeper what that is. And number 3 reason, social media distorts our reality. Society distorts our reality. We play the comparison game. We think that we should be doing something because other people are doing things. But, what we see is only what we see. And we form this story in our head and we envision people working all the time, or they're always working out, or people post stuff that they want to post that makes them look good a lot of times. And we take it and it seeps into our brain and we take it as truth. We don't see all the other crap that the person goes through, or the negative stuff that goes on behind the scenes, right? We don't take into account how much effort it takes to create the movie that you see. So those are 3 top reasons. Now, again, like I explained, it's usually when we're shoulding ourselves, or we're not happy where we are, we think we should be doing something else. We're not in a present state of mind. So some tips to help you out. Number 1, really key, is to catch yourself when you're using the word should. Oughta. I don't think anybody uses that word. I oughta do that. I should do that, right? Should is the word. It's the name of the game here. You got to catch yourself when you say, you got to be aware. Because again, when we're using the term, we're not usually in a present state of mind. We're in our head too much. We're thinking of the future or the past. Flip-flopping. All day we flip-flop, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, I should be doing this, or I should have done that. Well, shoulding yourself doesn't really get anything accomplished if you think about it. So you have to ground yourself. You have to look at things from a bird's eye view and catch yourself. Catch yourself when you're saying. Being aware is really key. So if that means every time you say it, you, pinch yourself, then that's what you got to do. Number 2 is really ask yourself the question, why am I not doing it right now? What is holding me back? And you'll say again, well, I'm lazy. I'm lazy. I don't want to do it. Not good enough. Dig deeper. Why do you feel lazy? Why don't you want to do it? Where is that coming from? Usually when we're shooting ourselves all over, it's a fear, like I said, but a lot of times it's the fear of freedom, of losing our freedom. I'm sorry, not fear of freedom, fear of losing our freedom. Like, we don't want to work out. Well, why? Because it feels uncomfortable. Why does it feel, right? What makes it feel uncomfortable to you? It feels like work. Maybe we have a fear of work. Fear of, again, safety, losing freedom. So you have to get to the underlying emotion beneath it. And number 3 is to start tapping into the heart over the ego, okay? And instead of using I should be doing this, say I want to, or I am going to, and see how that feels within you. Because sometimes just changing the language of certain words will either give us a realization, gives us a little aha moment, like, oh, okay, I don't want to do that because it's not really in line with me. It's somebody else is doing it and I feel like I have to because I'm in my head and ego about it. And I'm not really tapping into what I truly want. Like, do I truly want to run 5 miles right now? Well, no, because I got bad knees and I don't run as it is. So maybe what can I do that feels more comfortable, that still is in line to my goals? So it is about aligning to your personal goals, not other people's goals. We see other people doing stuff, and we think that we have to jump on that bandwagon. Well, no. You can still be healthy and lose weight, but do something in line with your core being. You could still feel productive or creative, but it doesn't have to be through art or music or what other people are doing if you can't carry a tune. No, you can do whatever you want to do. So ask yourself, reframe the next time you catch yourself, because you will catch yourself saying, I should do this, or I should be doing this. I want to do this. And see how that feels in your body. Really pay attention to it. If it doesn't feel good, then maybe dig into the question of why. Why doesn't that feel good to you? What are you afraid of? Where is that coming from? So I hope these tips were helpful. This is, the number one thing, it's a bad habit for us because we all do it. And society ingrains us to think that we should be doing things that are not our goals. Like, we should be eating a cheeseburger even though we don't want it, or we should be, doing this workout that really isn't in line with our body or who we are, or we should be doing when our body is telling us that we need to relax. So it's about listening to ourselves. It's about digging deeper into why we are shooting ourselves all the time. This is like an epidemic, the should. We're always shooting ourselves. And it's crazy, but you have to be aware of it. You have to catch yourself when you're doing it. So I hope you found this helpful. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have any other tips on this, please feel free to share them, and subscribe. We're putting out a new video every single week, and I will see you on the next video. So have a good one, and peace.